Hello, and welcome to the Energy and Geoscience Institute's instructional video on how to navigate the EGIConnect platform. EGIConnect is the Energy and Geoscience Institute's online portal to over 800 research reports and over 17,000 other reports and technical documents for the sole benefit of EGI's corporate associate members. EGI corporate associate members may find EGIConnect from a link on EGI's public website or by typing the URL authenticate.egi.utah.edu into their internet browser. Upon successful registration using a company email address, new users may log in to the EGIConnect platform by clicking the login link in the upper right corner. The login link will take users to a sign-in page to enter a username and password. If at any time you forget your password or need to reset your password, there is a forgot password link on the page that will allow you to securely establish a new password. After filling in a username and password, click the login button. Doing so will take you to the Welcome and Visit Now page of EGIConnect. On this page, there are a few items worth noting that could be useful. First is the contact support link or button in the upper right corner. This link can be used to contact the EGIConnect support team via email if there are any issues or questions about the platform. Second is a user profile button where you can see your basic profile, the option to change your profile, and the option to change your password. Another item to note is the frequently asked questions button, where a user may find answers to commonly asked questions about EGIConnect. Lastly is the user guide button that will open a PDF file with written instructions about the registration, verification, login, and overall capabilities of EGIConnect. To access EGIConnect, click the Visit Now link. The Loading Services logo will appear briefly and then load the full map into the internet browser. If the map should fail to completely load or due to an internet or network interruption or should become unresponsive at any time, a user can click the profile menu and choose Clear Cache Cookies. This will reset your session. It'll just take you back to the loading services and repopulate the map. Up here in the upper left corner are your navigation tools. They are zoom in, zoom out, zoom to full extent, zoom to previous extent, and zoom to the next extent. And lastly is the pan tool. By default, the default navigation tool at startup is the pan tool to let you pan around the map. You can also use the mouse wheel if you have one to zoom in and zoom out. You can also zoom in by double clicking the map. Below the navigation tools are the map data selection tools. There are 5 selection possibilities, selection tools. For the most part, I think the rectangular selection tool will be sufficient for most users' needs. The others are they're optional. Below the selection tools is a search by text box. Here, simple text searches may be performed on report titles and basin names, for example, as well as any specific author names if you happen to know them. Just give you an example. If I type in geochemistry, it's going to bring up any instance of geochemistry coming up in most likely the report title in this case. So that'll bring up any instance of that from any of the layers. So let's look at the table of contents a little bit, how you navigate that. Individual layers can be turned on and off. You can turn entire groups off to see other data more clearly. You can collapse some of these folders to make the listing a little bit shorter if needed. So let's look at an individual report. There's a quick method to get to the data. I'm going to zoom in here on the Red Sea a little bit. As you noticed, more data popped up on the map as I zoomed in. This is because there are data points that represent the EGI other reports and theses and dissertations that are set using a scale dependency so they don't overwhelm the map at startup. Clicking on a report or other report or theses or well log will bring up a pop-up box. And I can see this report. And if I wanted to look at the individual project summary, I can go ahead and do that by clicking this PDF. I'll open it up in a new window. If after reviewing that PDF, I like the report, I can go ahead and click this download button and actually download the project. So this project only has a main report PDF text document. Many of our reports include other elements that include enclosures, tables, etc. So those individual items would be listed here if they existed. If I want the entire report, I just click this folder next to the I number, the reference number. If I wanted some individual piece of a report and not the whole thing, I can go through this list here if there was one and click the individual elements that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and download the entire report. I'm going to click download. Just click OK at the confirmation download window. That will process for a minute or so, and while that's processing, you're free to close the pop-up and zoom around the map and look for other data of interest. As soon as the download is complete, you'll get a notification telling you that the report is ready to download. The download is now ready. I can go ahead and go to my downloads and click on the reference number. And that will just take a minute to download to your downloads folder. And once that's downloaded, it comes as a zip file, and you just navigate to your downloads folder and extract the data or report on your local machine. So all I need to do is have a look at that. I can open that report, have a look around at it. Okay, so it's 82 pages. The processing that takes place is this watermark down here. It just watermarks my username or my email and my company name, as well as the date and time it was downloaded. So that was the quick way to get to some of the data, is by using the pop-up. Any of these elements can be clicked to receive pop-up information and download possibilities. Another option is to use the selection tools. I'll go ahead and use the rectangular selection tool. Let's go ahead and select an area of the Gulf of Suez. So that will bring up every table in the table of contents if there's data available in that area, starting with EGI projects, to our theses and dissertations, to our other reports and technical documents. Any well log images or seismic images are also will be brought up in a table. It is possible as well, just much like the pop-up, to review project summaries for individual reports or you can actually go ahead and download them just like you could from the pop-up. You're just doing it from the table instead. If I wanted to review any of the EGI data sets offline, it is possible to go ahead and click a title, such as the completed reports. What that will do is bring up a table of all EGI projects that are available to all members in this case. And that can be exported to a CSV file for viewing offline later. And so with that, that pretty much covers the basics of how to access EGI reports through the EGIConnect platform. Thank you.